90 years ago, at the turn of the 1930s, the race to set aviation records was in full swing. Following in the footsteps of Charles Lindbergh and Jean Mermoz, young pilots attempted to stand out, flying aircraft whose improved performance was a constant challenge. It was in this spirit of competition that engineer and test pilot René Moineau invented a new progressive cavity pump system that still bears his name today. This major innovation was the foundation for PCM Group's growth for the next 90 years. But this brilliant idea required capital. In 1932, René Moineau joined forces with Robert Bien-Aimé, a former aviator and director of the Gévelot Group, to create the company Pompe Compresseur Mécanique. Located in Vanves on the outskirts of Paris, PCM went from strength to strength for the next 40 years. But then lack of space became an issue. In the 1970s, the group's production facilities were moved to Chantossé-sur-Loire in Maine-et-Loire. The 1980s marked the beginning of 2 decades of investment. The company equipped itself with a high-performance manufacturing tool and tripled the size of its facilities in Chantossé-sur-Loire. At the same time, PCM continued to innovate. In 1982, the company unveiled its first hopper pumps at the Polytech Trade Fair. The following year, PCM partnered with the Institut Français du Pétrole to develop a progressive cavity pump suitable for oil and gas applications. This opened up new markets for PCM, which it soon excelled in. In the early 2000s, PCM's growth really took off, and it laid the foundations for its global expansion. Between 2001 and 2004, it set up overseas entities in countries including the USA, China, and the United Kingdom. At the same time, the group was consolidating its offering. After acquiring and integrating the companies Précipompe, Dosis, and Delasco, PCM launched a number of new products between 1997 and 2003, some of which became bestsellers. The group was on its way to becoming one of the leading providers of pumping solutions and equipment for processing complex fluids. Since 2005, PCM has undergone several organizational changes to support its international growth ambitions. The company updated its logo and proudly showed off its visionary pioneering spirit in a new slogan, "Keep it moving." It also structured its activities around 3 business units: oil and gas, food, and industry, and adapted its strategy to improve its responsiveness in world markets. A number of technological innovations were developed. The company's engineers were particularly proud of their new PCM Vulcane pump, the first all-metal progressive cavity pump for the oil market. Other innovations, including the high-care hygienic eccentric screw pump, would eventually complete the group's product offering. In 2012, PCM reconnected with its roots when Mario Martignoni, a descendant of the Bien-Aimé family, took the reins. Under his leadership, the group consolidated its financial base and further strengthened its international growth through a direct sales strategy and by acquiring several new companies, increasing its international presence. This was so successful that in 2022, 90 years after the first progressive cavity pump was created, PCM's pumping solutions are now tailored to the local market in 100 countries. The group can rely on the expertise of its various manufacturing sites, 30 subsidiaries and 700 employees of 40 different nationalities to meet the major technical and industrial challenges of tomorrow's markets. To address the major environmental and societal challenges that lie ahead, PCM has adopted a bold and responsible approach to the future. More specifically, the group intends to actively help reduce the energy consumed by pumping systems in its main markets. In 2006, it took the first step by creating the first eco-designed eccentric screw pump called Eco Moineau. And there are more innovations in the pipeline, including IoT projects and smart solutions that will allow greater control of pumping system performance. So, the next few years promise to mirror the previous 9 decades. In keeping with the pioneering spirit of its founders, the PCM Group will continue to write its history with competitiveness, perfect execution, and innovation as its watchwords.